Hey guys! So today I'm going to be doing another book tag. I kind of just was looking at book tags on BookTube and I found quite a few that I really wanted to do. So I figured why not do another one? So yeah, I know I just recently did the growing up tag, so if you want to see that one, I will put it up below and down in the description for you. I really had fun doing that one. So yeah, let's just jump right in. So today I am going to be doing the Netflix book tag because your girl loves Netflix. I mean, who doesn't, right? Like, Netflix is just amazing and I thought it would be fun. I first originally found out about the tag because I checked out Books by Les channel and she had recently done it. I know that this tag is probably I know a lot of people are doing it like 5 or 6 months ago, but hers is pretty recent and I was like, oh, this looks like so much fun, so I figured I would check it out. So I will put her video down below as well. And this tag was originally created by A Darker Shade of Whitney and I will put her channel and her original video down below as well. So yeah, let's get into number 1. So the first question is recently watched. What book did you just finish reading? And that would be The Goblins of Bellwater by Molly Ringle. I received this book. This book doesn't actually come out until October, I believe, but I received a copy on NetGalley in return for a review. So I'll be having a review up of that pretty soon, probably sometime in September because I don't want to post it too early. But yeah, it was a good book. So yeah, keep out for that review. I think it was interesting. And I mean, look at this cover. It is fabulous. Like, I was drawn in just by the cover alone. So yeah, I will be having a review of that soon, and when it's up, I will put a link up above as well, so you can check that out. The next question is top picks. Pick a book that was recently recommended to you based on another book you've read, and that is the Belgrad by David Eddings. This is actually, I believe, 3 books. This is like a 3-book bind up, and then there's another bind up of 2 of the books, so I think there's 5 books in the entire series. But I was recommended this book by my aunt because she knew I was a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and I think this also would be a really great book if you're craving some Game of Thrones action. I think this is a really awesome book that's similar to Game of Thrones with a little less like violence in it. This is more, I would say, young adult version of Game of Thrones, so a little more PG. But it follows a young boy who finds out that he is the heir to the throne, and he's the only one that can control this like orb or stone, and he has to use this stone to kill. Sorry about that, my camera ran out of memory. But we're back to Belgrad. So this follows a boy who has finds out that he is an heir to the throne and that he has full control over this orb, this magical orb, and he is destined to kill this evil god. So it's really interesting. It's a lot like Game of Thrones in the fact that each chapter follows a different character. There's a wide range of characters that are each like part of this prophecy that he must help fulfill. So they kind of help lead him in the right direction. And it's got really great magic, and just, I absolutely love this story. There are a few other books in the series as well that follow the world and kind of take place before this story and then a few after. So it's just a really great immersive world, and the series is complete, so you can binge read it if you so desire. And the next one is recently added, the last book that you bought, and the last book that I bought was Walled City by Ryan Graudin. And I actually bought this as part of like a book outlet haul, but I haven't really talked about this one on my channel, so I figured this would be like the last book that I bought. I don't know too much about it, but it seems really cool. But the way people describe it, it seemed really interesting, and it was on book outlet, so I had to pick it up. And the next one is popular on Netflix, books that everyone has heard about. And for this one, you have to give 2 books that you've read and 2 books that you have no intention of reading. So for the 2 books that I've read, I'm going with The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I think literally everyone on BookTube has read this book, and it's had such really great reviews, and I checked it out. I thought it was really good, but I still kind of had some issues about it. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do a book review of it because pretty much everyone has talked about this book already, But yeah, I think it's a really important book that everyone should read. And the next book is Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire. And I think a lot of booktubers who really enjoy this book, and I really enjoy it, and definitely was on that hype. And two popular books that I don't think I will be reading. The first one would be like the whole Throat of Glass series. I know that's a huge fandom on BookTube, and a lot of people really love that series, but it's just not something I'm interested in, and I don't think I would ever be checking those books out. The next book is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. While I really loved like The Night Circus, and I love like stories set in a circus setting, I just don't know if I would ever check this one out. The premise doesn't seem really appealing to me, and the fact that it's going to be a series, I don't really want to get into a whole nother series. So if it was a standalone, maybe, but I don't think I'll be checking it out. So the next one is Comedies, a funny book, and for this one I'm going to say The Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl by Issa Rae. And this is one of the few books that have made me laugh out loud. Her humor is so funny and so relatable, no matter if you're black, white, whatever. She's just a relatable person, and her humor is down to earth, and I absolutely think this book is amazing. And I also really love the TV series Insecure as well. So yeah, I think everyone should check this book out if they're looking for a good laugh. And the next one is Drama, a character who is a drama king or queen. And for this one, I really could not think of anybody. I don't read a lot of books where I would think there would be a lot of like need for a drama queen or a drama king, so I don't really have any characters that I could like put in this box. So yeah, I don't have anything for this question. The next one is Animated, a book with cartoons on the cover, and this one I had to like score my books for because I don't have a ton of books that have cartoons on them. So I'm going with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I guess this counts, there are cartoons on there. So yeah, this book was really cool. I think it's a little overhyped on BookTube, but I think there's some good messages, and definitely if you're more of a bookish nerdy person, you will relate to this book. So yeah, and I like that this one has the artwork on the covers too. So yeah, I got like the collector's edition, so I really like the cover of this book. The next one is Watch It Again, a book or a book series that you would reread. And for this one, I am going with my tried and true Mothers by Brit Bennett. I think this is like the record book of the book that has been in the most videos of mine, especially tags. But I just love this book, and I definitely am planning on rereading it probably next year. But since I read it this year, but yeah, this is just something I will be rereading probably every year. I just love the story. And the next one is Documentaries, a nonfiction book that you would recommend everyone read. For this one, I'm gonna go with Hidden Figures by Margaret Lee Shetlery. This book was just amazing. I think it's super emotional, and it's a story that hasn't been told a lot, and I think that everyone should hear. It basically follows the African American mathematics and engineers during the, I believe, 1960s, around that era. So it follows their contributions and how they played a huge role in actually getting us on the moon. And that's something that I never learned about in history, and I don't think a lot of people are familiar with. So I think this book is just amazing in what it accomplishes and what it hopes to like spread the knowledge to more people. So every time anybody wants to read a nonfiction book, I would recommend this one. And the next one is Action and Adventure, an action-packed book. And for this one, I'm gonna go with The Rook by Daniel O'Malley. This book has a lot of stuff going on. It's super interesting. I don't know if it's like more action, but I mean, there's not like a ton of fighting scenes in it, but it's just like really fast paced, really interesting. There's a lot going on, and I think it's probably one of the most action-packed books that I have. I just don't typically read that kind of book, but honestly, this is a great book. I know I probably talk about this and The Mothers like all the time, but these are like my favorite books ever. So yeah, this is like super actiony. And the next one is New Releases, a book that just came out or is coming out that you're super excited for. For this one, I have to say The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. I actually already have this one on Audible. I think it just came out August, like August 15th. It was really, really recent. And I have not yet to check it out, and I'm trying to like hold off a little bit, but this series has been phenomenal. Like, I think it's called this Obeliskate series, or the Broken Earth series, and it has been really amazing. I absolutely loved the first book. It's so good, and I loved like the little plot twist at the end, and I think that was amazingly done. So I'm excited to see how this ending goes, but I'm also like, this is the last book. I don't really want the story to end or like not read more about the people or the setting. So it's a little bittersweet because I absolutely love this series and I'm not ready for it to be finished. The last question is to tag people, but I'm not sure who hasn't already done this tag. So I'm just going to say, if you haven't done it and you would like to, I tag you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make, and I have loved like watching everybody's videos because it's a great way to get different recommendations on different genres, because you're kind of going through all the Netflix genres and then recommending books that are similar to that. So if you're looking for new genres, I would suggest watching these videos. They're fun. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.